Things are really bad again with the Santorini volcano. Could there be a standing wave of earthquakes around the world? This is what some geologists, volcanologists report, and as reported by the Greek Seismic Services, two earthquakes measuring 5 magnitude and 5.1 today occurred. These earthquakes brought division to the staff of Greek seismologists, resulting in the outbreak, in the meantime, of an intense open dispute that recently unfolded in absentia between Mr. Dimitris Papanikolaou and Mr. Akis Salentis. Both seismologists are very famous, and that's why even when one of them speaks nonsense, his opinion should be heard freely and carefully, because the truth is always extracted through controversy and doubt, which sometimes is good to be intense and obvious. The first seismologist, the one in the picture, claims that Santorini, the earthquake swarm, is tectonic in nature, and claims that the main cause of the earthquakes lies in the faults, which were activated, and these create the earthquake swarm. But his opponent almost openly smiled with what he was hearing and claimed that tectonic earthquakes occur only in intercontinental faults, while all other earthquakes are technomagnetic in nature, technomagmatic in nature. That is, that the cause of the earthquake swarm is due to upward trend of fiery magma, and this is the main cause that causes the movement of the tectonic plates. And he also said another very, very smart thing. Quote, in science, there must be an open mind, global thinking and imagination, not to be bound by dogmatism and blinders. The fanaticism and divergent opinions of seismologists, which are observed and hour by hour are becoming more acute. It's something good and healthy, whether this dispute concerns seismology or meteorology or medicine. Thus, the truth comes out through the furnace of the dispute. Otherwise, silencing the heretical view and banning the other view leads only to the scientific Middle Ages, end quote. Now, I'm not showing you any geodesy concerning Santorini because the geodesy shows uplift in the area only up to the year 2016. I don't understand why they don't have real-time, everyday geodesy measurements, seismometer measurements for this area, which is, of course, very active. It stops at 2016. Now, he goes on to say here, for example, remember the horrors we experienced with the pandemic, which was imposed. Now, this is something we always remind our readers of. As an Arab folk wisdom says, listen to your wife's advice, and if you want, do the opposite. In the last 48 hours, the magma flow has somehow subsided. There have been no 5 magnitude earthquakes. In the last 48 hours, the earthquake swarm in Santorini had begun to subside. So many thought that Mr. Dimitris Papanikolaou was right. But now that the earthquakes have again resumed, with 5 magnitude and 5.1, it seems that seismologist Akis Talentis is more right. And although only time up to 6 months will definitely show which of the two was right, for now the situation in the Aegean can be summarized as follows. Looking at this phenomenon, an optimist would say that this was it. The melting from the fiery magma has lost its supply and will end in a few weeks. However, the pessimist would object and argue that the upper magma chamber still maintains its clear outline, and the lower one, located at a depth of 10 kilometers at 6 miles down, is being eroded by some creepy, terrible structure. A third chamber, located at a depth of 15 kilometers and more. The earthquakes of the order of 4 magnitude at a depth of 5 kilometers were caused by the fracturing rocks, where the magma rushed in with terrifying fierce pressure. It was something like fracking, that is, the hydraulic fracturing of shale formations used by oil and gas companies, but now the volcano uses this method in reverse from the bottom up. And then the high temperatures of the magma causes thermal expansion of the rocks, the power of which is monstrous. The rock around the channels of the flowing lava heats up, expands, and in the end, exerting terrifying pressure, crushes everything around it. These crushings of rocks appear as tens of thousands of earthquakes of magnitude 1 to 3 on the Richter scale. And seismologist Dimitris Papanikolaou assured that the island of Santorini rose 4 to 6 centimeters since August, but the old seismologist was probably mistaken. The satellite maps were never presented to the public, nor were they made public, but we know from our experience that every few hundred meters compensators are placed on the pipe of a heating center, the so-called compensatory joints. Oh, and the metal expands by a few centimeters from the high temperature. The same thing happens down there in the volcanic abyss. The lava, with its high temperature, expands and eventually breaks even the most solid rocks. And we perceive this breaking with seismographs as earthquakes. And how much have the rocks expanded? How much have they expanded under the Aegean Sea? There, the temperature differences caused by the influx of melt or magma is hundreds of degrees Celsius, and the fiery hearth of this underground area under the Aegean Sea is about 100 square kilometers, if not more. Therefore, for the time being, the situation in the Aegean is not good again. The local inhabitants of the area of these islands can only console themselves with the fact that these phenomena are not only happening to them, they are not only local. The similar state of seismic excitation is observed throughout the Alpine mobile zone. We're talking about the Himalayas. Screenshots from USGS for the last 24 hours. There's also no release of organic gases, unless, of course, our source is lying. For now, we continue to believe that the seismic process and excitation is global. It's global. Okay, it's global for the entire hemisphere, and that a major earthquake is visible on the horizon that's coming, and that it could happen anywhere along the green line drawn in the map. So we are following the development of events, so stay tuned for updates. And now let's take a look at some of the seismographs and geodesy to see how everything's moving. And here we are in the area of Cyclades. This is the Dodecanides, the 12 islands. This is the Cyclades, and this is Santorini. So let's go in a little bit because I want to see if they've updated the GPS data. And this is the caldera right here. Let's see what that is up to. Here, it only goes up to 2015. It goes, it's going east, and it's going south, and it's basically steady, but it's only going up to 2015. Columbus, let's go here. Again, it's up to 2015. Again, that's not good. Why are they stopping it there? They should be having, let's go here. Naxos, okay, again, this is more updated. It's up to 2024, 25. It's going east, and it's going south, and it's seasonal. Now let's go somewhere around this area. Okay, that's updated. It's going east and south, and it's deflating. Let's go to the area across to Turkey. This area here. Okay, it's going east-south, and it's all over the place. Then let's go to Campi Flegrei in Italy. That's a supervolcano. We've had even Vesuvius. That's Naples. Let's go there, Campi Flegrei. Let's go around here. That's going east, but that is going north. In Greece, it was going south. This is going north. So this is going northeast, and Greece was going, Santorini is going southeast. Very, very strange movements. And let's go around here, Campi Flegrei. Let's go around here. Again, it's going northeast. Very, very strange, very strange. Let's go to La Palma, around to, we've had the quakes around La Palma. We had a very big quake in Lisbon, Portugal today, 4.8. That is going northeast. That is going northeast. Let's see what the GPS says about the movement. Nothing. Doesn't have any data. And let's go to, okay, the Canary Islands. It's going northeast, and it's all over the place. Okay, so you saw, unfortunately, Santorini doesn't have that much data, but it's going southeast. It's going southeast, whereas this area is going northeast. Southeast, northeast. Strange. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.